Hi, this is Bob Ramsey, and I want to share with you a big idea. Words are powerful. There's no doubt about it. Words express ideas, and ideas move history. But sometimes we mistakenly believe that words are the end-all, be-all of communication. But this just isn't true. Imagine that you ask someone how he's feeling, and he says, "Fine," but he's slouched over and responds drably. Do you believe him? Of course not. You'll probably say, "What's wrong? Are you having a bad day?" In other words, you'll ignore the actual content of the words and respond instead to the overall message of his nonverbal cues. That's the law of nonverbal primacy. When the verbal and the nonverbal come into conflict, we believe the nonverbal. Research in 2004 illustrates this perfectly. Researchers observed real-life corporate performance reviews and carefully noted three things. 1. The nonverbal signals of the reviewer, either positive or negative. 2. The content of the review, or whether the reviewer was saying good job or bad job. And 3. The response by the employee. Did they shut down, or argue, or ask for advice, etc.? Then the researchers looked for patterns about what created the most positive responses from employees. Now here's the shocker. It wasn't the content of the review. It was actually the nonverbal cues of the reviewer. When negative performance reviews were delivered with positive nonverbal cues, employees received them far better than when they received positive reviews delivered with negative nonverbal cues. Think about that. It mattered more to people how they were getting reviewed than whether or not the review was critical. That's the law of nonverbal primacy. Now keep in mind this all happens subconsciously. People rarely analyze the components of an interaction. All they do is react. And their reactions depend largely on the nonverbal cues that you send them, independently of your words. That's the law of nonverbal primacy. Now here's a mistake that leaders often make. They spoil positive interactions because they send the wrong nonverbal cues. For example, they might want to praise a teammate, but deliver the praise in a harsh tone, a stern expression, with sarcasm, or an aggressive posture. Now, any of these mistakes can completely undermine the positive impact of the praise. And it works the other way too. Many leaders hesitate to deliver negative feedback because they don't want to initiate discomfort. So they postpone confrontation until it becomes impossible to ignore. Then they finally initiate it with such negative nonverbal signals that they create the exact negative response that they feared. But this is unnecessary. You can use the law of nonverbal primacy to address sensitive topics before they escalate into trouble. And you can build trust and create positive experiences along the way. Okay, so here are 2 quick tips. First, establish an open, positive demeanor. Keep your head high and your arms open. Don't lean forward or backwards, just stand in your space. And don't let anything act as a barrier between you. So if there's a desk between you, walk around it. This will establish an open atmosphere. Second, in all but the most serious of confrontations, maintain a casual, relaxed attitude. Smile and make eye contact. Shake their hand if appropriate, and project a sunny disposition. This will take the edge off of any negative feedback that you give, and make them more likely to respond in the way you want. In my coaching meetings, I show people how to calibrate their nonverbal cues for specific types of conversations, and how to respond when somebody comments directly about your nonverbal cues. If these techniques interest you, then let me know and I'll try to develop some content around them. In the meantime, remember the law of nonverbal primacy as you lead and influence others. I hope this was valuable. I'm Bob Ramsey. Good luck.